dress a crab and then let you try it.
Great.
Yeah. I'll start with the crab. This is probably the messiest. Now, I've won awards for dressing crab and lobster, so this is the way I dress them. You may have seen it done differently elsewhere, but this is the way I personally dress them. We start with taking the...
Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, just reenact that. Hold on, I'm going to put you on video.
We start by taking the claws off and set those aside. Remove the legs.
So this is called crab dressing?
Dress crab, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that just means that's how you
It's an added value.
get the meat out.
Yeah, it's added value basically to the produce itself. Set it down on the board. We discard the legs purely and simply because we haven't got time to take the meat out. When you're dressing on average 300 crab a day, we haven't got time to take the meat out of them. So either what we would do would be to give it to one of the chefs that we supply to make their either beef, their bisque or a stock. So we'd set those aside, and then with the two thumbs push the body. Sorry, this is a male crab.
How do you know?
Right, this little tail here, basically. This
indicates a boy?
With it being slim like that would be a boy. In a female, it would be more round.
No tail?
No tail, basically. Okay, so this is a male, so we're going to get more white meat probably from it than we would brown meat, vice versa with a lady crab. So we'll take that away. That's what we class as the honeycomb. I'll show you what we do with that in a moment. Then we need to take the mouth away. So it's just a push on with your fingers, and it all comes away in one piece. This here is the mouth and the stomach sac, all in one piece. That should come away. It doesn't look very appetizing.
No, I was going to say.
No, that's one of the bits you do throw away. Don't know whether you can see, crabs are like a jigsaw. They're designed for dressing. So then we just take the palm and just gently push till it cracks, and then it will come away.
Brilliant.
Same with the other side. Sometimes it can be a little bit tougher than others.
That's good. It adds drama to the movie. It's too easy.
This side really doesn't want to give. There you go. So we take that bit away, and we're left basically with the shell that we're going to be dressing the crab back into. So what I would do with that then, all this in here doesn't look very appetizing, I know, but all that in there is the brown meat. On a female it would probably be slightly darker. So all of that we would scrape away, and there's generally a lot more brown meat in the female than there would be in the male. So we just mince that through. Everything there is edible, and then we set that aside. Come back to the honeycomb. The bits again are the gills, or the dead man's fingers as we call them here. Those bits there. So none of those you want. Wouldn't hurt you, it would just give you a bit of an upset stomach.
It would give you
a bit of an upset stomach. It's filtering all the dirt in the water and things like that. So we just remove them just to make sure we've got them all out of the way. And then this is what we class as the honeycomb. If you've brought the brown crab, then you would, excuse me, then you would take the time to take as much meat out of it as possible. In the shop, as I say, we don't always have time to use this because it's a lesser quality meat than it would be from the claw.
Do you sell already dressed crab?
Yes, we do, yes. So we just, the knife, this one doesn't want to give. I don't know whether you can see the little chambers, several little chambers there. And what I say to people when I'm demonstrating is, if you've brought it, then please take the time to use this meat and just work. This is a lobster and a crab pick, but you could use something like a spoon end or a knitting needle, works just as well. And then just work the white meat out. I mean, it's not the best of quality meat, but if you've paid that money, then obviously you want to make the most of it.
And what's a crab's going rate now?
Brown crab at the moment I'm paying cooked or live. Cooked I would generally not buy. Cooked I would generally buy live and cook them myself. But live I would pay about £1.80 a pound for at the moment. It's a pretty good price at the moment for brown crab, for the fishermen. Not for me,
Right.
for the fishermen. And cooked crab would generally pay about £5.50 a kilo. So there's not a lot of price difference, but say just work your way through these little honeycombs and you'll find some meat in there. So that was just to give you a rough idea. To say we wouldn't in the shop have time to do that, so again that would be something that would go to one of our chefs. And then the claws. Claws again, just break them and you'll see straight away the white meat come away. This is the, with it being a male crab, is far superior meat than any other meat found on the body. And then just use your pick and pick away at the joints. Here you may need a bit of help because it won't crack as easy. I just use the back of a knife, or you could use a wooden mallet.
That was your bit. No, sorry, that's all you get.
And then just...
So you threw away the other claw. Isn't there a lot in that other claw?
There is. Today I wouldn't have time to pick at it. But generally we would take as much meat as we can out of them. So you just pick away until you've got as much meat as possible off of there. I mean, a lot of companies have specific machines to do this. They're classed as blowers. They would blow the crab meat out. We don't do that. We're still traditional and do it with our hands. I have quite a few staff, so it's generally their job to do this sort of thing.
How did you get into this business?
I was actually a chef for many years beforehand, and I helped out a friend that used to own this business many years ago, and suddenly thought, well, I should have done this years ago because it was my calling really. I loved doing this. I should never have been a chef before. I should have done this. What we try to do, generally it comes off a lot easier than that. It's just been awkward today because you're watching me.
Yeah.
Now inside here is a very, very fine bone that we do not want in the meat. So if I can just work off one side just to show you, because if you was to swallow this it would do a bit of damage to your throat, I think. So can you see the bone?
Yeah.
It's quite a nasty bone. Either side is fantastic meat, but we just do not want that bone in there.
Right.
You see, and it's very delicate, so it does break off very easily. So it would, you need to take a bit of care not to get that in there. And just work it off